any sweep, okay, all a sweep is you're taking away a base of support and you're pushing the body in that direction. All right? To demonstrate, if I don't mind, you go to the quad position. All right, so let's make it this guy as a table. Okay, table is 4 legs, right? Okay, I can push any direction and the legs are going to move up. But I take one leg out. He's still got a good base that way, that way, that way. But as soon as I push him in the direction that he doesn't have base, he goes up. Okay? So any sweep, whether it's a sweep that you guys did earlier or this one, think about I'm taking away his base of support and I'm taking him in that direction. Make sense? It's similar here. We're going to actually take away 2 bases of support. This is called the scissor sweep because of what we do with our legs. Our legs are going to create like a scissor sweep. You know what I mean? All right. So if we end up in this position here, I want to reach across and grab the cross collar choke. Okay, so this only works if the guy has a shirt on. And hopefully it's a long sleeve shirt because you need some other grip on the bottom. All right, so far so good. So this is the same side collar. This is a cross side collar. Notice where I'm grabbing and how I'm grabbing. My fingers go in, my thumb stays out. I pull my fingers in, and I got plenty of material in there. So far, so good. All right. Here, there's a lot of things we can do. We can grab the end. We can grab the bottom of the sleeve. We can grab under here. I prefer somewhere around here or this grip, because then I can pull. Okay? So, next thing you need to do is get your hips away a little. Okay? So I can get this leg across his body. Notice I'm hooking with my foot. And I've got a shield here. All right? So I got this upper body controlled with my cross collar grip. And now I can pull him here or I can push him with my knee, which is called a knee shield. All right? So now I can control him. But what have I done? I've taken away that table leg, right? I'm also dropping this leg, covered that leg so he can't step out. Now it's a matter of pulling the upper body while extending the lower body in the scissor position. And then I come up on top. I like to keep that fist where I had the cross collar grip. I like to keep the fist and the arm as I transition. That gives me some control of his body so he can't come up when I throw him over. Once again, I'm here in the guard position. I reach up and I get a good cross collar grab. Notice, and it's easier with a gi or like we wear, but I'm reaching around and I'm bringing the material to the center of my palm. I want a bunch of material right here where you would grab a rope. Okay, we're not just using our fingers. We're putting the material right here in the palm of my hand and curling around so you got a whole bunch of material. That's the best. You won't get it at first sometimes, so sometimes you have to like really get it. Now, see all that material I got inside? That's where my good grip comes from. And I can pull them in, I can choke them, I can do all kinds of stuff. This hand, I need to control somewhere here. Okay? I can push and I can pull. I like this because I can really pull. All right? We don't really want to put our hands inside the cuff because all you have to do is switch his arm around. And my hands might get stuck and break my fingers. So we usually, fingers on the outside and grab like that. Now if he goes around, I just like it. Fingers aren't broken. Think about it. All right. Now, I need to get my knee shield. So, I need to get my knee shield across his body. So to do that, I post and scoot my hips a little bit. All right, with that? Remember the shrimp that you guys did earlier? Same thing. Boom, here. I'm hooking with my shoelaces, and I'm using my knee to create distance. So I can push, I can pull. Now, I drop this leg. I drop this leg. It'll keep me all the way to the mat, but it needs to cover the leg. Okay? The higher it is, the harder. I want it low. Now, it's a matter of pushing with my hips and switching my feet like a scissors and pulling the upper body. Now, if I just let go and try to get up, Now it's a scramble. He can come up and I can come up. And sometimes I can take it back down. But if I keep this hand tight and I punch it to the mat and I pull this up, I got control over him so I can get the mount position. Make sense? Is there any part of that that you're having trouble with? Or you want to see again? All right, so remember the tabletop? We're taking away 2 legs of the table. This one and this one. And we're taking them in that direction. It doesn't work. Sometimes, if they're weak or you're a lot bigger, you can just throw them over. But if they're your size or bigger, you need to have the pull here. Now, I'm not just pulling like this. See my elbow? My elbow is coming behind my head. See how I did that? That extends it. All right, so that's what I want. And as I do that, I switch my hips. Then I come up on top to the mat. And guess what we got? Right back into where we started, right? Now we take us back. Pretty simple. Sometimes it's hard to do the scissor sweep at first, but once you feel what it's supposed to feel like, especially if you get a good pull, it becomes easier. The other thing is I'm not just switching my legs like this. I'm switching and I'm extending. Okay, so I'm extending here and pulling here. That'll create the off balancing. It'll go right over. Make sense? 3, 2, 1.